is going on, nerds? Today I'm playing Greninja EX with Garchomp EX in the late night session number 3. Might not be the most consistent deck, but it sure is cool. Shout out to my viewer, Dr. Alfred, for the idea. So Garchomp EX for 1 fighting to 160, then attach it to 3 basic fighting from discard your Pokemon you like. That gets 2 fighting on my Greninja EX, and then I attach water, and I can save 120 to 2 different things, which is really powerful. I also have some Froslass to knock out Manaphy's to make Greninja even more powerful. It's really an interesting deck. And I'm interested to see how it does in the tournament that starts any second now. Should be less than a minute. I'm not responsible for any losses. Well, Dr. Alfred, that's fine. You're probably better at playing the deck than I am anyway, because I know you created it. But I know it's not too complicated. I like the idea of having a rescue board so you can kind of retreat back and forth between Greninja and Garchomp. That's kind of a cool idea. But yeah, it's definitely not going to be consistent, but it's going to be fun, so it's going to be worth it. I'm looking forward to this. Alright. Tournament should start any second now. I just had a viewer ping me saying, still waiting on your Ancient Box stream. Maybe I should stream Ancient Box next week. That's not a bad idea. Anyway. Yeah, once the tournament starts, we'll get into it and see how Garchomp Greninja does. So this list, I mean, it's a pretty straightforward list to be honest. There's nothing too surprising. Okay. I'm fighting Tina. Huh. That's probably an okay matchup, actually. That's probably an okay matchup, yeah. Why not Greninja Pal? Interesting. I've never even thought of Greninja Pal as a thing. Never really seen Greninja Pal. Interesting idea. I know, I thought Greninja Garchomp was a really unique idea, so I thought I'd stream it today. Greninja Pal. I've never even heard of that. I mean, I guess maybe I've heard of it, but I've never thought about it much. I feel like I don't quite understand the synergy, to be honest, because you already have Radiant Greninja in Pal, which is similar to Greninja. Ooh, not that bad if you can set up fast, gotcha. You wouldn't say you're better at the deck, just lucky? Dr. Alfred, I've like not really played this deck, so I'm sure you are better, even if it's not super complicated. Has my opponent accepted the request? Not yet, it looks like. Yeah, my opponent needs to accept our request. So that we can get into the game. I'll just go 5-1 league challenge and got the DJ. Wow, really? That's pretty crazy. 5-1 league challenge? I mean, 5-1 at any 6-round event, that's crazy. Wow. Okay, that sounds cool, actually. Interesting. Does it play back Excalibur? My opponent gonna accept my request? What in the world? Okay, he did. Cool, I just gotta wait for him to join. Yeah, that is crazy how that could go 5-1. Alright, let's see. Alright, there it is. Alright. Good luck! Let's do this. That's a cool coin. I don't remember that Palafin coin ever existing. It's kind of cool. This Tina has Tatsugiri in it, which I guess kind of makes sense, but I don't see it all that often. I feel like in this matchup, I'd get Froslass down early and just knock out his cone piece with Froslass. It would be pretty powerful. Alright, I'm going first. Sounds good. Mulligan. Lame. Okay. That's actually manageable. Poffin. For Froakie and Gible, I think. I think that makes sense, because I can get Garchomp up next turn if I do it this way. Unless he knocks out my Garchomp, but that requires a Prime Catcher for him to knock out my Gible. So this should be good. Oh, I'm thinking I should have Vesseled away the fighting, actually. Yeah, that one is smart, because I can Vessel away the fighting, get a fighting, and get a water. And then Garchomp, since it attaches from the discard, could get more energy and play that way. Yeah, that would have been a little bit smarter. I don't think it matters that much, but it would have been a little smarter. And the good thing is I'm just going to get an early Garchomp attack, and I can just attack Garchomp for a little while, and not immediately have to go for Greninja. I'm interested if he's going to get a Terminal Cram attack or not. But yeah, I have Garchomp guaranteed, because Garchomp's a water type. I can Irida for Garchomp a Candy. So that's good. Triple Copy, does he have a chorus? That's an interesting question. He does have a chorus, dang it. That's too bad. Well, he's definitely looking pretty set up, which is sketchy. But he does not have a Tina V down yet, so that's good. He got rid of Blood Moon? Really? Kind of seems crazy to get rid of Blood Moon there. Okay. Well. Oh, great. Irida. For Garchomp and Candy. Yeah, I definitely should have been able to Vessel away energy, but I messed it up slightly. It's okay. I can also retreat an energy off, actually, and then Hydrolander it back. Or I could just Rescue Board, but I think I could try retreating the energy off. I think I do retreat an energy off. Because Garchomp just reattaches it back. Well, I guess either way I have 2 energy, so I guess it doesn't matter that much, so. I'll Vessel away Bosch. Water fighting. Retreat off the fighting, since I can attach it again immediately after. And it allows me to hold on to the Rescue Board in case I want to discard with an Ultra Ball or something. Hydrolander. And attach. And let's take a prize. Let's hope it's a good prize. I don't expect him to knock me out here, which is good. I think that the list you sent might have cut off, unless you just sent the Pokemon, maybe. Oh, it does have Excalibur. Interesting. Midnight Gren. I recommend, if you want to send the full list, send it to my Discord server. There's a link in the description. That'll make it easier for you to find the link to it. This is looking kind of sketchy. I'm just not very set up right now. So I gotta get somewhat lucky if I want to get set up. Looks like he's attacking Cramorant, okay. I think I might boss Manaphy here. Maybe Comfy. Well, he didn't Chorus, actually. So I could try to... Oh, he's bossing something. Okay. Sure. That's fine. If he's not hitting my Garchomp, I think that's a win for me. Question is, do I boss as Tina? I don't hate the idea of bossing as Tina, but I also think I need prizes. Oh, research. Then I don't boss at all because I have research. Attach Rescue Board to give it for a treat back into Guy. And then I'll Rod back the Snorunt. And then I'll research for a new hand. Come on, Rare Candy stuff. No, not quite, but that's not bad. Vessel away fighting. For a water and a fighting. I probably could have gotten 2 fighting. That's fine. Ultra Ball away fighting. And... Gear, maybe? Gear. For a Snorunt. Or maybe I get a Frogadier, actually. I mean, I can get a Greninja next turn, though. No, I'll get a Snorunt. Just because getting up Froslass is really useful in this matchup. And then I'll Hydrolander. 1. There we go. Let's see if he gets Requiem. I doubt he will, but it's possible. If he gets Star Requiem, I could be in trouble, but it's not a huge issue. The good thing is I'm pretty much guaranteed that I've got Greninja next turn. You're trying to cut into parts, gotcha, that makes sense. But yeah, and the Discord server is probably the easiest way. I see you posted it there, cool. Awesome. Yeah, that is a cool list. I'll actually talk about that list, after, the match. Would be a cool thing to discuss. My opponent really needs a chorus here. Or a vacuum, I guess. That would work too. But if he doesn't get chorus or vacuum, he's gonna be in a tough position. I'm also about to get Froslass up, which is really nice. Is that comfy? Okay. I would love for my Froslass to kill his Manaphy here. Well, but he got 10 cards to Lawson, so you can Requiem now. If he has Tina V-Star, he can. We'll see if he has Tina V-Star. He does, so he's probably gonna Requiem. Sounds good. That's fine, though. He bosses? Really? He really wants to knock out my Snorunt. He just... What? No way! I was expecting him to be way more set up than he is. I would love to Gust, but that's probably not happening. Wow. Irida for Snorunt. Is there another Froslass in deck or not? But I might float off surprises. Snorunt and Candy. Ultra Ball away. Gible. Oh, I can't. I don't want to lose the research. I could lose the Snorunt, to be honest. I think it's fine to lose the Snorunt. Because I gotta keep my research available. Greninja. Rare Candy. Ninja. Attach. Free, and I think I just Hydrolander. Maybe, I mean, I could attack with Greninja, but he's gonna want a Requiem, and I want my Greninja to be able to survive a Requiem. So I think I just attack with Hydrolander just because it's a simpler attack. I mean, it's a funny deck overall. I think I have meme potential. Turn 1, Chien, Froakie, and Fidgeback and proceed to immediately Mirage. Yeah, Mirage early is pretty cool. Oh, I feel like since you already have Radiant Greninja and Chien Pal, it might not work too well. And it's also not super consistent because Chien Pal is a very inconsistent deck. So that's the sketchy thing. I wanted Comfies to just get all knocked out. Oh, I did pull Froslass off the prizes. That's kind of lame. Because I could have possibly evolved to it. It's okay. I'm probably winning this. It is kind of sketchy when I just kind of get blocked like that. Okay, Requiems. The thing is, the Froslass is going to knock out all his stuff, and then he just kind of loses. And I can always Shinobi Blade to search for whatever cards I want. Because I'm not using Mirage when he has Manaphy down. It's just kind of useless. Which is fine. I'm not like that worried about missing Mirage. Water. I'll Shinobi Blade and search for Candy. I think I searched for Candy. Yeah, I searched for Candy. So I can get another Greninja. Go ahead, nerd. Alright, cool. Eventually he's gonna get his whole board wiped. I don't think he can do much if that happens. The worry here is he knocks out Froakie and hits my Greninja. I actually realize he's probably gonna do that. He's probably gonna Sableye, knock out Froakie, and hit my Greninja. And that could be a problem, actually. That could definitely be a problem. He plays double Roxanne, really? Huh. Interesting. Yeah, the Sableye here could be a problem. Because he knocks out Froakie, puts 3 on Greninja, and then I'm just kind of in trouble. I might actually lose this. Just because I say a lie. Dang. Yeah, that's a problem. If I had another Froslass down, I might have had a chance. Although I didn't have another way. I didn't have a way to have another Froslass down. So. Yeah, I think I'm probably losing this. That's too bad. I mean, what can I Ultra Ball for? Is there anything I can Ultra Ball for? I don't think there is. Not really. So, I mean, he literally just needs a single energy on Tina to win. I could technically retreat. I honestly don't hate the idea of retreating here. He probably knocked out my Froslass, though, with Cramorant, and then that doesn't work either, though. So, I mean, retreating doesn't help either, does it? I can get a Gible. Yeah, not having on a second Froslass just probably loses me it. Well, it's probably a game. That's too bad. It was close, though. Maybe he misses the energy, but I highly doubt it. What do I even get? I don't think there's anything worth getting. I'm just getting an Unfair Stamp, I guess. If I got that second Froslass, I might have had a chance. But it probably would just Prime Catcher anyway. He most likely can find Prime Catcher. Or Boss. So even if I had down a second Froslass, it probably wouldn't be enough. And I wouldn't be able to get down a second Froslass very easily. GG. Dang. It's close, though. Well, I can still make Phase 2 and Top Cut. Losing round 1 is always tough, but it's manageable. Alright, let's look at that Greninja list that you sent me. I looked at it briefly, but let's talk about it. Oh god. So, you've got, interesting. So, the Reeve Excalibur seems high. I feel even, like, regular Pal doesn't play 3 Excalibur. That's definitely a lot. The double Roxanne is what lost it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Dr. Alfred. Most Tina don't play double Roxanne, I feel like. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but Tina also seems like kind of a sus matchup. Let's see. Cypher Maniacs, I guess that's fine. Devolution TM, I guess I could see that. Sorry. Jeez. Sorry. Okay. I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, just being able to attack with Greninja and Pal is pretty cool, but it definitely seems like you're going to run into some consistency issues with this deck. I'm surprised you managed to fit all that. I don't even know how it's possible to fit all that. Like, there's so much in here, and I don't know how it managed to fit. Like, what was cut to fit it? I'm confused. Because it seems like you're fitting so many things, and I'm confused as to how it even fits, but what is even cut from a regular Pal to fit it? I'm confused. Because it definitely has so much stuff, and I can't see what was removed in order to fit the whole Greninja line, which takes up a lot of space. Along with the extra candies and stuff. That's kind of a crazy deck. It's cool, though. I guess you cut some Pokestops, maybe, or at least one Pokestop. Cut like a nest ball. Interesting. Pretty crazy deck. Definitely pretty awesome. Anyway, there's about 12.5 minutes of the next match. You've had good results so far. That's pretty cool. I'm glad. I also like how you're a fellow Greninja enjoyer. Midnight Gren being your name. Alright. Metagame. Gardevoir's most popular deck is 15.45%. Reggie Drago is going way up in play for some reason. I don't think it's warranted. Maybe next set it's good, but it's just like, I don't know. Reggie Drago is good, but I don't think it's that good to be second place in play. Although I guess it's only 9%, but still. Second place in play is surprising. These Guardians. People cutting Rating Greninja makes no sense to me. Like, why are half of these Guardians not playing Rating Greninja? That seems like a crime. You have to play Rating Greninja. I also don't like cutting Cresselia like a lot of these people are doing. It seems sketchy to ever cut Cresselia. Of course, Unfair Stamp is the most common ace spec. I do think Unfair Stamp is. Oh yeah, trust me, if I ever play Smash, I'm maining him. Yeah, Greninja's awesome. In Smash, it's weird. I main Link. I mean, I enjoy Zelda, but not as much a fan of Pokemon, yet I main Link. I don't know why, I just enjoy playing Link. Lazka, welcome. I lost my first game, but I also kind of fought a weird matchup. I fought Tina, which is not very common. It's a tough matchup. And he double Roxanne me. Let's see. Enhanced Hammer and half a guard. It's so interesting seeing Guardy play Enhanced Hammer. It definitely helps the Lugia matchup. I feel like you need it to help the prize trade, but it's still an interesting inclusion. Energy Council. I mean, most of this is probably. I guess I feel like everyone should play 2 Team Evolution, but I guess the ones that aren't are probably the ones that play Hyper Roma. Then you only need 1 Team Evolution. So that's probably why the count isn't 2. Ready Drago Box. Crazy how popular this is. But obviously it's a very solid deck. But before Kyurem comes out, it's not nearly as good. Kyurem's just crazy. I'm using Trick Jim's list for Greninja last and beating Gardevoir last night. Nice, that's awesome. Yeah, people like to say, some people say Greninja crushes Gardevoir, some people say Gardevoir crushes Greninja, and some people are in the middle. Personally, I think it's a pretty close matchup for Greninja versus Gardevoir. Just because Gardevoir has Cresselia and Monkey Dory. But I think it's pretty close for both players. Definitely could go either way. But I've seen a lot of strong opinions one way or the other. Half of them got Giratina Beastar, half of them got Raging Bull. I do think Raging Bull is better than Giratina Beastar. Sure, you discard energy. But you don't have that much issue getting energy back. At a certain point of the game, you have a surplus of energies. But I definitely think Raging Bull is better than Tina. But it seems like most people play one or the other. Also, I feel like everyone should play Squawk. I know not everybody is, but Squawk just feels so good. Definitely would play that. Giratina V or Koraidon for Shred. Both of those being Shred options, and neither are good. You don't need a Shred option. It's just not worth it. Mimikyu is not seeing much play at all right now. It's seeing a little bit, but not enough to ever care to add a Shred option. And even if you do have Mimikyu, you can just boss around it or something. I mean, there are options. It's just not worth it to do that. Gudra, of course, good. Noivern EX is okay. I'm surprised it's so popular because, I mean, I guess it doesn't beat Bolt. Bolt's not very popular though. I feel like Noivern's not very good. I mean, you block basics, but that doesn't matter that much. There's not really any fully basic decks that are meta right now. Sherman is going to be the Lost Box player now. Sherman is very good, however, I think it's only going to see playing Drago. Outside of it, it's not really worth it to tech for Lost Box. Because it's only useful if you also play Cancer Clone. Because otherwise, they just put down Manaphy. And then when you knock out Manaphy, they can easily get Manaphy back. So, Kyurem's not useful unless you have Cancer Clone. And then you're adding 2 techs for Lost Box, which is just not worth it. I think Jirachi's honestly a better tech than Kyurem. Because it's a 1-card tech instead of a 2-card tech. Kyurem is very good in Drago, though, because Drago plays Cologne and focuses on the Kyurem. Kyurem is kind of insane. Noivern makes me sad. Oh yeah, as an Ancient Box player. Well, the good thing is that next set, I don't think that Drago is going to be playing Noivern very often, because it's not that worth it, and you have to fit the Cologne and the Kyurem, so it's just like blocking the basics. There's not much in the meta that's common. That's just pure basics. Ancient Box is there, but not super common, and it's a similar thing with Bolt, where it's not that common. Also, Bolt has ways around it. If they play Cornerstone Mask, which I guess most don't. They don't always have ways around it, but they can always Gust twice, Boss plus Prime Catcher, and then knock out the Drago, and then kind of mess up stuff. Like, they can just gust a bunch of times to your Teal Masks and just completely go past Noivern. Because you play plenty of Gust and Bolt. So, it's not really good. Okay, Rescue Board Ogerpon is more popular than I thought. I thought it was unpopular. But apparently, it's third most popular. That's weird to me. Wow. I mean, it seems like over... Yeah, there's 2 Ogerpon decks right next to each other here. That's second and third place in popularity. That's kind of crazy, actually. Raging Bolt Ogerpon. Of course, most people aren't playing Cornerstone Mask, because Cornerstone Mask is bad. My loss was Renjaga, yeah. Yeah, was you not having Gust? Gotcha. Yeah, Ancient Box tends not to play as many Gusts, which is tough. Was it Prize? Drago is super fun, yeah, it definitely is fun. I really think that people are overrating it next set. It's good, it's meta. But people are telling me it's BDIF, which I don't think is true about Drago next set. I think it's beatable by most decks. You remember? Oh yeah, Drago is any like pure V-Star or V-Max deck is not going to be cheap. That's one problem. Any deck that's like pure V-Star or pure V-Max is going to have a good price to it. And Drago is almost all Vs, V-Stars, and EXs. I mean, Mew was cheaper just because they printed the heck out of Mew. I think there's a clear BDIF next set. You might be right about that. I don't know. Right now, there's barely a clear BDIF. Like, I think it's Guardy right now, but barely. Everything's pretty close. But yeah, next set, Drago is definitely a good deck. It gets better. But it's not as consistent as some other decks, which can cause issues. So that's definitely one of the biggest problems with it is consistency. Because you can just lose to literally anything just because you don't get set up, which is not that uncommon. Because it kind of relies on some combo pieces while also not having high consistency to find the pieces. Like, you need a bunch of energy and energy switch early in the game, and Drago V-Star. And you need to find all that early. Like, it's pretty easy to just miss a Drago V turn 1. Because you don't have much of a draw engine other than just drawing a little bit with the Ogerpon. Anyway, I guess we can talk about this more. Most people got the Sandy Shocks. It's not surprising. Iron Bundle. Then a fourth thumb. I do like Iron Bundle. Sandy Shocks EX is fine, but not worth it. I feel like Iron Leaves, Blood Moon, and Slitherwing are all not worth it. So I'm not surprised that only one person is playing each of those. And then Mew EX is okay. I don't see... I guess Mew EX is good, actually. Mew EX is probably fine. Just get some draw engine after Iona. Fluttermane. I'm not a huge fan of Fluttermane in Bolt Ogerpon. Sure, you can Sada to it and attack with it, but it doesn't seem all that helpful. Mew EX promo is beautiful and affordable way to use Mew. Yeah. I was actually talking about Mew VMAX. Because that deck is like all VMAXs and Vs. But it was not super expensive, simply based on the fact that they printed the heck out of Mew. They put it in they made a whole, like, they gave you like the majority of the deck in a product. And they also, I think they also printed Mew elsewhere. And they had multiple arts of Mew in the set as well, so there were multiple versions of it you could find. Which definitely just made the deck cheaper. And then the trainer line was pretty straightforward for Mew as well. And Mew VMAX. I mean, Mew VMAX wasn't super cheap, but it wasn't that expensive either. You could buy a $30 deck and have the majority of the cards you need to finish Mew. You buy 2 of those $30 decks, you basically got the entire Mew deck. But you honestly just buy 1 and then buy singles for the rest of it. So it's pretty good. Next match starts in 2 minutes, by the way. Alright, Lost Zone box. Iron Thorns is being cut from some. It's interesting seeing people cut Iron Thorns and put Roaring Moon back in. I definitely think Iron Thorns is just better. Next set, you need Iron Thorns because you just don't beat Drago without Iron Thorns. Iron Thorns shuts down their Ogre Pawns and maybe you can win. But without Iron Thorns, you just lose to Drago, and that's a pretty big problem, to be honest. So it's kind of worrisome to cut Iron Thorns, especially even right now, because Drago's so popular, cutting Iron Thorns is sketchy. But Drago's more winnable when they don't have Kyurem yet. When they have Kyurem, that is just dangerous. And the matchup is only winnable if you shove the Thorns into the active really early. The Cologne in Lost Box? I'm not a fan of Cologne in Lost Box right now, honestly. Although most people aren't playing it, but people who are, I just don't think Cologne is really that worth it. What a Pokestop field, man. 3.38, yeah, I like 3 or 4 Pokestop. I definitely think Turbo Lost Box should have a lot of consistency cards, so a bunch of Pokestop makes a lot of sense. Yeah. 30 seconds for the next match, by the way. Charizard Pidgeot is pretty popular, unsurprisingly. I really like this deck, I always have. Rabsca's not worth it. A lot of the stuff down here you wouldn't play. Even Jirachi, like, a third of them playing Jirachi makes no sense, because if you play a 70 HP Charmander, you're 50-50 in the Lost Box. So it's like, you don't even have a bad Lost Box matchup. Because of your 70 HP Charmanders, and therefore, why play Jirachi? It's just like a space that's only useful against Lost Box, which is popular, but not that popular, and then, you're already fine in that matchup, and I feel like if you play better, you can definitely outskill Lost Box and go above 50% if you're a good player. These videos are gonna be so fun. I imagine we get Ash for Ninja back spell or even Riptide Mega. We are almost certainly getting some kind of Megas in the TCG, but I'm really interested to see how they do it, because lowercase EXs having Megas doesn't make sense, but does that mean they bring back uppercase EXs? I would doubt they would bring back uppercase EXs in the middle of the Scarlet and Violet era. But I don't know how they're going to do Megas, because Z through A is almost certainly going to have new Megas. And if they ever release a new Pokemon, it has to go, if they ever release a new Pokemon, it has to be in the TCG, which means they're going to do Megas, bring Megas back. Jirachi 1, no, the Covenant's less than interesting. I don't know, man. I feel like Jirachi's just not worth it right now. Even if it did win a match in the cup, I still don't think it's a worthwhile inclusion. Also, only half of these playing Cleffa feels like a crime. Like 0.63, Cleffa is so good. You can never cut Cleffa, no way, never cut Cleffa. It is so consistent. Sure, it's like against Guardy kind of sketchy to use it, but everywhere else it's like so consistent to use. Cleffa is amazing. Also, not everyone playing Lumineon, not everyone playing Rotom is weird too. People cutting those like, yeah, not good. Oh, I'm fighting Koiwashi. Great, I'm fighting a good player. It's a Guardy player. Guardy should be a fine matchup, in theory. Oh yeah, we're already friends. Cool. Guardy should be a relatively close matchup. The problem is Greninja's weakness. I'm personally excited to see if somehow I get Ash Greninja back since Kyle game with Mega, so you know. Yeah, we might get Ash Greninja back. That would be pretty cool. I doubt it though, honestly. Especially considering Ash Greninja wasn't in the Kalos games. It was in the Sun and Moon demo, so it technically wasn't in this. It won in 3 rounds. Jirachi did? I feel like a lot of those he could have probably won anyway. It just helped. It makes your Lost Box matchup better, but you can definitely beat Lost Box without Jirachi. Like, it's not a bad matchup, so it wouldn't surprise me if it helped him though. I don't know why I've got the taskbar down here like popping up. You want to go first? He plays Evolution TM, so I go second here. And I get set up going second, so. Why is my freaking taskbar at the bottom here, like covering up my hand? I don't know why that's popping up. Kind of annoying. I don't know why it's like down here. Also, that is annoying. Oh, there we go. It's gone. Cool. Do you try to gust up Gar early or prior to that? I try to gust up Manaphy early. Oh, because if I get rid of his Manaphy early, then I can start sniping with Greninja. So if I can just make him lose Manaphy as early as possible, that can be really helpful. Artisan, that could help me. Route. Alright. I think I get a Gible here. Gear better get lucky. Gear. Dang it! That sucks. That's really bad. Do I just hit him with Gible? I don't think it helps that much, does it? I could bite, but I don't see that doing much. I mean, I guess I want to get Greninja out of the active anyway, so I might as well just bite. I don't know. Oh, he's resistant anyway, so it doesn't do anything. Whatever. I need a top deck something good. If I can top deck an Irida or a Greninja or a Gear. Sorry, not Greninja, Garchomp. Irida or Garchomp or Gear. That could help. There's Manaphy. Patch, I'm assuming he has Evo TM? Yep, of course. Great. This looks really bad. Like, really, really bad. We top deck Ultra Ball as well. There's a lot of things I could top deck that could save me. But I gotta top deck them. That's not one of the things that could save me. Alright. Dang. Snorunt. I think, yeah. Oh, I love a Frogadier. Touch fighting, whatever. This sucks. I think I just bite again, or could retreat to Snorunt. Or retreat to Snorunt, I don't know. Yeah, I think I do. It's not like Froslass helps that much anyway, considering he just Monkey Dories it off. This is tough setup. Really tough. Definitely not ideal. There's Monkey. I do notice that he just bench locked himself. He doesn't have any attackers on his board. Like, what's he planning on attacking with? Like a Guardy EX, maybe? Maybe? Because he's totally filled his bench, which is kind of weird. Makes it hard for him to fit an attacker. He can, well, Froslass is super good if I get down 2, but right now I'm not getting down 2. So I think it's still correct or free. Well, he also has Cresselia on top of Monkey, so we can move even more with Cresselia. I definitely think it's more important to keep the Gible right now than it is to keep the Froslass, to keep the Snorunt. Because, I mean, Froslass, he can Monkey off most of the damage from Froslass. Not all of it, but... It's just... I'm not set up enough to be worth losing. Yeah, exactly. He wants a boss anyway, so... Because it definitely, he cares more about knocking out something else other than the Snorunt. He doesn't care about knocking out Snorunt. Come on. Oh my gosh. Why am I breaking so bad? Do I get Froakie? I think I'll get Froakie so I can have a Greninja next turn. This is so bad. Problem is Greninja's freaking weak to Psychic. Which caused me even more problems. Because then he just one-hits it really easily. Like, this is really problematic. It's still winnable, though. Also, Monkey's totally gonna knock on my Froslass before it does anything worthwhile. Which makes my Froslass even less useful, because it just Monkey knocks out really easily. But I don't know why I'm breaking so bad. It's actually really annoying. Should I top deck like a research or something, maybe? Okay, that's the start. Can't Greninja. Of course I can Gust that Greninja, which is not ideal. Artisan. For Snorunt. Research. Come on! That's terrible. That's so bad. I can knock out his Manaphy, maybe. I think I do that. Maybe. Does that even help much? It doesn't help much, does it? Is it worth knocking out his Manaphy? Does that do anything worthwhile for me? I mean, I could just do it. Could attack with Greninja, but then it just knocks me out for 2 prizes, and then I'm just kind of lost. Problem is I'm just too behind on energy, and I can't attach more because I didn't find the Garchomp pieces. I think I do knock out his Manaphy here. It's like, I don't have any options to do much, so I'm doing what I can. KO Monkey? Wait, I can't KO Monkey. Monkey doesn't survive. Monkey doesn't die. Oh, you mean kill it with Greninja? Greninja's weak to Psychic. Does he play 2 Monkey? Yes, he plays 2 Monkey. I feel like it's pretty much over either way. I know, but what do you mean KO Monkey? Because Gabite doesn't KO Monkey, and if I attack with Greninja, Greninja's weak to Psychic. Which means his Gardevoir just kills my Greninja immediately. And that just hurts me a lot. Oh, he gets back Manaphy anyway. Dang it, he got back Manaphy. I mean, there's not much I can do here. The Monkey just heals way more than I deal damage. I think I just lose here. Didn't really attack with Gabite. Well, yeah, because if I attack with Greninja, I mean, it's just weak to Psychic. So it just immediately gets knocked out. So, I mean, I could attack with Greninja. Maybe I could attack Greninja into Gardevoir EX. Maybe? But I don't think that helped. I don't think much is going to help me here, honestly. I think I probably just straight up lose. Oh, yeah, second Monkey. Yep. Yeah, I bricked pretty bad this game. Just didn't get set up whatsoever. Well, I'm guaranteed to lose right now, pretty much. I don't see any way it's possible for me to win, because I can't knock out his Gardevoir. Dang. I mean, I can still technically make phase 2 even after losing twice, but this deck is not consistent at all. That's game. GG. You can blame Alfred. I mean, yeah, I can blame him for giving me an inconsistent deck. I changed the list slightly to make it more consistent from the one he sent me. But it's still not consistent. I'll be right back. I'm back. Nice Bulbasaur rank. Okay. I gotta admit, I don't play on the versus ladder. Like, at all. So, that's why I'm Bulbasaur rank. I don't tend to use the versus ladder. Like, I just play it on my tournaments, so. But yeah, nice Bulbasaur rank. Yeah, it's not a great rank, is it? Alrighty. 13 minutes on the next match. Let's talk about the meta a little bit more. So last I was looking at Zard. Why would you ever play this Charmeleon? It's not worth it. Even if Mimikyu's seeing play, it's not worth playing this Charmeleon. The only reason to ever play a second Charmeleon is for its ability. And its ability is really good. So, it's definitely not a bad idea to play second Charmeleon if you can fit it, but, yeah. .31 Sinnoh and .25 Enhanced Hammer, you need one or the other. I'm surprised that so many people are playing neither Sinnoh nor Enhanced Hammer. Because at that point, your Lugia magic is just so sketchy. GW less than that. Interesting, you're less than that. Well, I mean, that's what happens when you don't play on live. I mean, I play on live, but generally in online tournaments, I just don't like the ladder. Plus, when you're low on the ladder, you fight terrible players, and it takes forever to fight actually good players, and therefore your testing is just kind of worthless. That's what I dislike about there being a ranked ladder now. I kind of liked it online, where you normally thought people with similar skill level every time. That was better. And it's barely even a ranked ladder. It's quote-unquote ranked. It's not really, though. Prime Catcher is not the right ice spec. Unfair Stamp is fine. Personally, I still like Max Bell. Like, right now, I think I'd play Max Bell if I played Zard. Next set, Unfair Stamp is better, but right now, I think Max Bell is good. Once you have Dusknoir, though, Max Belt becomes a lot less useful because Dusknoir can replace it. Before Dusknoir, Max Belt is important. Devo TM. I don't think Devo TM's worth it. It's not like it does that much in the mirror. If you're using it in the mirror, you're missing an attack. So, I definitely feel like someone without Devo TM can beat someone with Devo TM just by outskilling them. So, the best strategy for the mirror is to outskill in the mirror. You don't tech for the Zard mirror because it's the most skill-based matchup, and therefore you can outskill anybody. No matter how much they tech for you, you can outskill anybody in the Zard mirror. Yeah, I was fighting Bad Players in Master Ball too. It's awesome. Jeez, Bad Players in Master Ball? That's crazy. I think Kieran is so good. I feel like .69 is a little bit low. I feel like definitely you should see more Kieran. It's just really good right now. Now, next set, of course, you cut the Kieran because of Dusknoir, but Kieran right now is just so solid. Let's see. 2.44 Iono. I always like at least 3 Iono. I guess maybe some of these have Roxanne or something, but not even all of them. So yeah, 3 Iono is pretty important. It's a good draw support early, but also the disruption caused by Iono is just so worth it. Having less than 3, I feel like, is sketchy. I mean, it's possible, but you have to find your Pal Pad at some point, which is not always easy to do. Feather Ball is such an interesting inclusion that I've been seeing recently. Roseanne's backup cannot be good. Eerie is not good, but of course Roseanne's backup works. I mean, I guess Roseanne's backup is probably in the same player who's playing Heroes Kate, but not worth it. Anyway. Lugia! Sorry, I'm yawning. Okay, Lugia. Half of them got Wellspring Mask. It seems like that changes every tournament. It seems like there's a different amount of Wellspring Mask. It's like significantly different every time. Or like you value out of Kieran, I don't know. Considering like Dark Energy Pop. Yeah, I mean, I feel like using Kieran for the Switch is really common for me. I feel like I use it for the Switch more than I do for anything else. But when I get the 30 extra damage and it matters, it's really important. But yeah, I definitely could see cutting Kieran. However, when it works, it's amazing. Along with Vitality Band, which I play, you can one-hit anything with 220 HP almost immediately as long as you find the pieces, which is a lot of pieces to find, but it's doable. Yeah, I could, honestly, the more I think about it, I could see kind of Kieran. Oh, you're talking about an Ancient Box. Yeah, an Ancient, you play Ancient Box, right. Ancient Box, I wouldn't play Kieran, personally. It's alright, but I wouldn't play in Kieran. Known for hot decks at every tech card in every deck. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of techs I feel like are not worth it. Generally, I wouldn't add techs unless you're already unfavored and the match was common. For instance, never add a tech for Snorunt SIT because the match is not common. And in Czar, never add a tech for Lost Box because you're not unfavored. Like, if you're not unfavored or the matchup is uncommon, it's very rarely worth teching for it, I feel like. Maybe that's wrong, but that's just kind of how I feel about most techs. Now, one tech I do like in Lugia here is Flutter Mane. This is amazing against so many different things. I think Lugia should play more of it. Only 0.4 Flutter Mane. I definitely think Lugia should play more of that. Maybe that's a hot take, but I think every Lugia playing Flutter Mane totally makes sense, just because Flutter Mane is so good. If you can shove that into the active early, you can slow down most decks in some way. And it has a pretty solid attack that's easy to power up with Archeops, so definitely Flutter Mane is worth it. I do think the Cinccino build is better than the Lightning Energy Hands build. Like, the Weirder build, I think the Cinccino build's better than the Weirder build, just because it hits higher damage more easily. Even if it might be slightly less consistent, it can hit higher damage. It has more value for its damage. Wellspring Mask Ogerpon is fine, and it definitely, but it's not as good in open deck lists. In closed deck lists, it's better because your opponent has to put down Manaphy to protect against it, which doesn't always happen. But in open deck lists, it's like they can just put down Manaphy every time, and that makes it a lot weaker. Bundle's good, of course. Drapion is such a crazy tech to see. It's like Drapion doing well is surprising. It does one hit a guard EX, but then they just one hit your turn, so it feels like you're prize trading a little too evenly. Talking about 5-2 under the cup. I did not get any prizing for going 5-2, which is kind of crazy that I did not get any prizing for 5-2. Like, I guess I got a few points for 17th place, because I went 5-2 in a 101 player cup. Got him 17th place, but yeah, no prizing. I mean, I guess some points, but those are going to be replaced considering only your top 4 finishes count, so it's not really that helpful. But, 5-2. One of my wins, my opponent shuffled in for Iono. One of my wins, my opponent used Unfair Stamp when they weren't allowed to, although I probably would have won that one anyway. So I got some really sketchy wins. One of my wins, I fought my dad and he gave me the win. So it's like, a lot of my wins were barely even earned, which is kind of sketchy, but whatever. But going 5-2 is pretty cool. It's annoying, because if I because 11th and 18th were both 5-2, I was 17th. Top 13 got prizing. 13th got 6 packs. 12th got 15. But yeah, no prizing for 5-2 because I bubbled out. Like, it was a huge bubble. It was a bubble from 11th to 18th place, which is just crazy. That's like a huge bubble. I really dislike that bubble. I did fight a variety of decks. I was so mad losing to a Dragapult just because, a lot of it was just luck, honestly, that Dragapult matchup. I might be able to play it a little bit differently. I think one of my losses, I definitely could have played better. But it was a fun tournament. Going 5-2 in my first cup of the season was pretty cool. Most cups coming up are going to be smaller, which is good. Alright, Dragapult. Well, I'm seeing a lot of stuff. I don't even know how to interpret this. Don't play the Xatu version. That's my first thing about Dragapult. Don't play the Xatu version. The bubbling is so annoying. I know, right? But yeah, first thing for Dragapult, don't play Xatu version. I don't like the Xatu version because you can't find what you need when you want. Pidgeot's good. You have new upper if you play Pidgeot, so you're still able to get powered up and stuff. So definitely play the Pidgeot version if you play Dragapult. But honestly, just in general, don't play Dragon Ball. It's really fun, though, so I can see you wanting to play because it's fun, and it is meta, but it runs into some consistency issues, and I feel like its good matchups aren't extremely favored. It doesn't have, like, any amazing matchups. I've had the same record at 2nd place, but placed 5th in Cup. Gotcha, wow. Dang. That's really tough. At a cup? Wait, how small was this cup? Because cups generally have a top cut, which would mean that there wouldn't have been a top cut for this cup. Or maybe you bubbled out a top 4 cut? Are you saying you bubbled out a top 4 cut, so like 2nd and 5th before top cut had the same record? Is that what you're saying? Or was there no top cut at all? Because that would be a really small cup. And at that point, I would think the records would be more different. Bibarel and Dragon Ball Pidgeotto. I actually do like Bibarel in this deck. Radiant Exam is fine, but Radiant Charizard, honestly, I think is the better Radiant. Just a solid 1-prize attacker to change the prize straight up a little bit. The problem is getting out of the active after using it, which doesn't always work. Hypno. What in the world? That's weird. No. Don't play Hypno. That's a really interesting conclusion. But definitely don't play that. And I think the rest is just most of them have Devo. I feel like I've seen a lot of Dragon Balls cutting Devo, but most of these have Devo. I guess it's good now that Charizard is becoming more popular, although Charizard's already a good matchup, so Devo might not be needed, but it definitely helps. So I think it's fine to play Devo. Unfair Stamp is not the common A spec. I'm sure the Unfair Stamp is in the Zatu version, which makes sense, but Neo Upper is definitely the best in the Pidgeot version. Maybe it wasn't cut. There's like 38 people ahead of mine. Oh, gotcha. How the upset happening? I got 2nd and 5th in the same record. If for points, I don't remember talking. I would assume it would be a challenge because there would be a top cut for that if it was a cup. And with 30th people, it would be a top 8 cut. So you would have made top 8 if you were 5th. So I would assume it was just a big challenge. Because challenges tend not to have cuts. So yeah, that's probably what it was. Turbo Roaring Moon. It's a cool thing that's become popular again. This is one of the decks I used to hate on a lot. But it is a pretty solid deck. Even if it's weaker than some other stuff. It's pretty solid. And it's pretty fun too. It's fun to go fast. It's not as fast as it used to be, but it is fun to go fast. And the Darkrai V-Star definitely helps you keep some tempo up later in the game. Also, Fluttermane's pretty solid to be able to Sada too. I actually didn't even think of Fluttermane as a tech in this deck, but I really like that tech. I like Fluttermane in a lot of stuff. It's like good in a lot of different decks. Why are some challenges only 6 people and some aren't? It really just depends. Some stores purposely like to cap it to 16 people to keep it to be 4 rounds. Because if there's 17 people, it becomes 5 rounds. So they say, we're going to do 16 people to keep it at 4 rounds so it doesn't go late on a weeknight. So they purposely force it to not go too late. It's literally just to prevent it from being more rounds. Because once they hit 17 players, it's 5 rounds instead of 4. And then it goes kind of late, and people don't necessarily like it going that late. Organizers want to get home and get to bed on a weeknight. So that's why it happens that way. So yeah, a lot of challenges are capped at 16 just because of that. 1 Baby Moon. I guess I'd expect more, but I think it's fine to do 1 prizer, considering it's just one thing to hit with once. Although I feel like only half of them playing a Baby Moon is surprising, because I think everyone should play at least 1 Baby Moon, just because it's a really solid attacker to put a 1 prizer in your prize trade. The rest looks good. Next match starts any second now. Qianpao and Turbo Roaring Moon being the same popularity is kind of crazy to me. It's also kind of crazy to me is people playing Dunsparce. I've never understood the versions of Qianpao that don't play Bibarel. Bibarel is just always the best version. Sorry. Because Bibarel you can use on every turn. Whereas like the Dunsparce, you shuffle it in, and then you're gonna have trouble keeping it looped. And additionally, you're more susceptible to Iono. Bibarel guarantees you out of Iono if you did Dunsparce and shuffle it in, and then they Iono away your Dunsparce. You might not be able to evolve your Dunsparce up immediately, and that can be a problem. The Dunsparce are probably fine in Gholdengo. But I'm not a huge fan of it in Chien-Pao. BRB or gotcha. Thank you for wishing me luck. I'll see if I can get some wins out. If I lose another, I might drop, but that's okay. It's still fun to show off this kind of crazy deck. It's a very interesting deck. Okay, the next match is up. But you gotta show if this is always the best way. What did I say is always the best way? Saying that Bibarel's always the best way. Do I say that for a lot of stuff? I don't know. Didn't even realize. But no, yeah, I definitely think Bibarel is always the best way. I think that is true. What? Froslass Arcanine. Okay, this should be a good matchup. I don't know, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit when I say always the best way, but definitely prefer. Some things you've tried and have no clue how it works. Well, I mean, I know how Dunsparce would work in Chien-Pao. It works the same as it works in Gholdengo, except Chien-Pao discards the energy, requires you to attach the energy and can thin your hand, whereas Gholdengo, the energy stays in your hand the whole time. Which, because you can attach the energy ahead of time, you can use Bibarel to draw more, whereas in Gholdengo, considering it, you have to hold it in your hand, just Dunsparce makes more sense. Dunsparce definitely isn't a bad card, but Bibarel is just strictly better. I'd argue even playing a 1-1 line in Bibarel is stronger in Gholdengo than playing the Dunsparces. Because then you can play like Palkia and stuff. I do think the Dun is good in Moon. A lot of people aren't playing in a Moon right now, but I do think the Dun is good in Moon. Alright, Tails. Yeah, I'm fighting Arcanine, Munkidori, Froslass, which should be a pretty good matchup. I agree, Big is probably the best way to play. Yeah. There's some use of the Dunsparce, but definitely not comparable to Bib at all. I guess if you get bored of Bib, you can try Dunsparce at like an online tournament like this to have a kind of fun idea of trying something different, but it's never gonna work quite as well. This would have been a pretty interesting hand if I had not had a mulligan here. Interesting. Okay. Poppin'. Or a Gible and a Froakie. And turn. I think I research next turn. A Rare Candy Greninja and then I research. Or I could Irida to guarantee a water energy off of Vessel. That's another option. But I think I research. I also said the same with Gino. So I definitely think the weirder version has a lot of merit. The weirder version is still very good. That one is closer, but I do think Chinchino is better, but Hands is also very good. I agree. They're kind of two different decks almost. They're both very good. I personally prefer Chinchino, but also Hands is very good. They're both pretty close. Chinchino is just a little bit better there. That one's a lot closer for sure. Rescue Board. Okay, let's see. He retreats. Arvin. Definitely, if you don't play the Cinccino build, your Zard matchup becomes way worse, which is problematic as Zard becomes more and more popular. And that's why I think, especially next set, when Zard becomes more popular than it is already, it's probably going to become even more popular. It becomes even scarier to play a version with out Cinccino. All right. He's not even putting down Froslass. It makes sense. Question is, do I read out to guarantee energy or do I research? I think I just research. Technically it doesn't guarantee energy, but I think it's worth it. Dang, I actually missed the energy. Well, I guess I can attack with Gabite, technically. Poffin. I don't need Snorunt down in this matchup. I mean, they can knock out his Manaphy, technically, but they also damage him, and let me read Arcanine. I think it's a one of your Pokemon damage. If your bench Pokemon is in, I don't want him to get his bench Pokemon damage, actually, so. I don't think I get down any Snorunt. I mean, I would possibly knock out his Manaphy, but he's just gonna get down multiple monkeys, so it's not worth it. Catch. Treat. Power Blast for knockout. Are you sure you play 4 boss and often Zard with extra 1? I mean, I've noticed Lugia tends not to be able to find the hands, lightning energy, and boss all when they need it. And the problem is if you gust and take 2 prizes, Zard knocks out your hands in return for 2 prizes, and then it's an even prize trade. Whereas Cinccino, you knock out a Zard for 2 prizes, they knock you out for 1 prize. So hands is an even prize trade when you knock out something. Of course, Legacy Energy helps, but most Zard have an out to Legacy Energy. And so they attack with hands, take 2 prizes, you take 2 prizes, even prize trade. But Zard is almost always getting the first knockout in that matchup. At least if you are not playing Cinccino, Zard is normally getting the first knockout. Maybe you get like a 1 prize knockout with Lugia though. Also, I thought Lugia played 3 boss, not 4. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I think it varies. But yeah, definitely the difference is up trading versus even trading. There's a Snorunt. I knew he'd be coming down soon. Maybe at this point I can put my own Snorunts down just because he did. Is he gonna burn me? But then I guess it just helps Monkey if I put more Snorunts down, so I don't think it's worth it. Counter Catcher, okay, sure. Who are you gusting? Froakie, okay. Let's get a good top deck, please. Okay, that's good. Evolve. Attach. Research. Maybe I shouldn't attach her. No, I think it was fine to attach her and it worked. Cool. Attach. Create. How many fighting energy in my discard? 2. Could Ultra Ball away another, honestly. I will. Poffin fighting. For a Frogadier. And then I'll Hydro Lander for knockout. 1, 2, 3. That's pretty good. I do need to knock out a Manaphy in a sec. I feel like I'm probably winning this one, which is good. Alrighty. Here he does. Alright, Poffin. It's a Snorunt. He's getting some Froslass down, but I don't think that's gonna help him that much. Brings up Snorunt. Really? It's gonna let me knock out the Snorunt? Okay. Sure. Irida, Candy, Garchomp, Candy, Garchomp, Hydrolander. Yay! I'm totally winning this. I don't see any way he's ever doing anything at this point. Everything on my field has Fear Retreat right now, which is pretty cool. Arcade 9. I'm really like, maybe I could have attacked with Greninja and searched for any card. Might have been better. I don't know. I feel like Garchomp's just a better guy to have in the active, though. I guess it doesn't really matter that much, but I feel like I want to have the Garchomp in the active. I could use Garchomp to search for a Gus in the Manaphy, though. Or should I get Garchomp Greninja? Yeah, maybe it would have made sense to attack Greninja now that I think about it. It's fine. Adrenabrain. Makes sense. Froslass literally only hurts him. I mean, he can Adrenabrain some, but... yeah. Pretty much the only use of it is to activate his Adrenabrain, which doesn't help him much. I feel like I want to get a Gus on the Rotom per game. Ultra Ball, Earthen Vessel, and Rescue Board, I think. That makes sense. For a Greninja. I guess I didn't need to do that necessarily, but it's fine. Irida. Do I get an Unfair Stamp? Is that even useful? Not really. I think I just get Vessel so I can power up my Ninja whenever I want. He's not gonna knock me out anyway, so no use out of Unfair Stamp. I'll get Frost. I could get a Snorunt, but I'm not wanting to put anything down, so I'm just gonna fit thin the Froslass out of my deck. Time to search for a Gust on the Rotom. Search for a boss. How many energies left? Okay, I've got plenty. So I just have game next turn, unless he removes his Rotom from play. And even then, I most likely still just have game. Just not immediately. I'm not even using Rock Rock. Well, I keep fighting decks with Manaphy. Every deck I'm fighting has Manaphy. And I'm not fighting my Gus to Gus their Manaphy. Monkey. Attached to Monkey. Okay. Now what? I don't see what he can ever do here to win. I mean, I've just got 4 2-thrives on my field that I can retreat freely between. Yeah, it is me. There goes my boss. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I still just win. It just takes a little longer. Unless I top deck boss, which could happen. Pal Pad in. Boss. Research. Attach. Shinobi Blade. Yay. Good for a card. The boss. Huh. Oh, now I got game on field. No matter what. Imagine if you somehow take 6 prizes in 1 turn. It's impossible, but imagine if you somehow got crazy lucky or something. I don't. It's not possible though. I think I've just won. Lorman. These Terra Pokemon look surprisingly similar. I guess a lot of Terras have similar looks. But like in the same stance too, like Greninja leaning with his hand out, Garchomp leaning with his hand out. They're like in the same stance, the Greninja and the Garchomp. Just Greninja looks a little derpier. But they're literally standing in the exact same way. Heavy Ball. What you getting? You getting Attacker? Blood Moon? Monkey, okay. What he needs to do is attack with Blood Moon plus Iono, and I hope that works. Actually, no, Blood Moon's weak to fighting, so I just kill it for Ninja. So that wouldn't work either. I'd run a brain. That's a lot of monkeys. Is he gonna Devo and knock out everything? That'd be kind of crazy. But this one evolved from Frogadier, so it won't work. But yeah, Devo here will be kind of crazy. Nope, he doesn't even Devo. GG. Put the Pokemon to the KO your opponent's Pokemon and field and damage counters on him. Yeah, right? It would have been crazy if he had enough stuff to Devo. Like, if he had 2 more damage on Greninja EX, he could have Devoed per game. Which would have been kind of insane. Apparently he prized Devo. Yeah, apparently I put prize Devo. It wouldn't have mattered, but it could have helped him. Possibly. It would have been closer. I'll be back. I'm back, nerds. Let me update my record. Alright. Cool. 6.5 minutes for the next round. Sounds great. I guess I should probably talk about the meta a little more. So let's see. Okay. Where did I leave off? I was talking about the meta a good bit. I left off at Chien-Pao. Gholdengo being really popular as Chien-Pao is kind of crazy, considering Chien-Pao is definitely a better deck. But Gholdengo might be more fun. I don't know. I think Chien-Pao is more fun, personally. But Chien-Pao is harder to play than Gholdengo, which could be a reason to play Gholdengo. So, definitely since it's a casual tournament, it makes sense to play some random stuff. Dunsparce, Bibarel. Personally, what I like is the Palkia version with a 1-1 Bibarel line in case of Iono. I think that's the best way to play it. The Dunsparce version is actually not that bad. It's pretty good. But personally, I do like the Palkia version because powering up Radiant Greninja early can be really powerful if you can do it. And it's not that hard to do. And also, you play Cologne in the Palkia version. So you can always do Greninja anytime in the game. Which is really useful. With the Dunsparce version, you don't have room for the Palkia a lot of times. So, in the version of 1-1 Bibarel, you do have room to do that, which is better. Also, River is something that people like to play, but I don't like losing my energy required to attack just to draw one more card. Especially, it also doesn't. It's not Iono proof like Bibarel, because Bibarel, if they Iono you to 1 and you have no energy, you just draw to 4. Here, if they Iono you to 1, you don't have an energy. You're not drawing cards off of their Iono, which is really problematic. Which is why, personally, I like a 1-1 Bibarel along with Palkia. Probably 2-2 Palkia, maybe 1-1 Palkia. Welcome, Anchor. I think it's how I pronounce your name. Let me know if I'm pronouncing it wrong, Anchor. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Currently 1-2, which is not surprising considering I'm playing a kind of weird deck. Not great deck, but that's okay. Next up, Ancient Box. Ancient Box, I feel like, is underrated right now. It's still very good. Its Guardian matchup is pretty solid overall. Probably close, but pretty solid. It's got quite a good Lost Box matchup, and being good against both of those is really good. Now, Zard going up in popularity makes it weaker, and next set, I don't think it's as good because of how much more popular Zard gets. But it's really good, and Secret Box being in the format is really, really powerful for this deck. I also like how people are kind of moving away from the Koraidon and towards the Walking Wake. Because, I mean, Koraidon was never a great attacker. Just being able to discard Walking Wake is nice. I know Carp here still plays Koraidon, and I see the reasoning for that. But yeah, I personally like the Walking Wake. Great Tusk. And half of these. So it used to be a mirror attack. Great Tusk just won you the mirror. But the mirror's not very common now, to the point where I think Great Tusk isn't as necessary. It's like an alternate win condition against a lot of decks, but you often have to lose it early in certain ways. I feel like Great Tusk is generally not worth it like it used to be because there's no mirror. It's so good in the mirror, but most people aren't playing Ancient Box, therefore you don't need to worry about the mirror, and therefore you don't need to worry about having Great Tusk as much, which definitely weakens its power. One Dark Patch in all of them is interesting, or on average at least. Which I think it makes sense, just in a little extra Dark Acceleration, especially when your only attacker is Moon, you're only playing Darkness Energy, it makes sense. So I think that's good. Yeah. Mid Rhydon, yes, I'm calling it Mid Rhydon because I always feel like this deck is just middle of the road. It's been good in the past, but right now, I mean, okay, it has a good Dragapult matchup. And, that's the main reason to play it. It's Dragapult. I don't know too much about its other matchups, to be honest, but, I know it's unfavored in the Zard, which is tough, but, this deck would have been really good if Dragapult was as good as people hyped up. People were hyping up Dragapult, including me, to be the best deck in the format. And if it was the best deck in the format, Miraidon would have been way better. Because Miraidon has a good Dragapult matchup, which immediately would make Miraidon good. But because it's not, that Dragapult did not perform as well as expected, Miraidon immediately drops in power because its other matchups are sketchier. Which is definitely tough. Yeah. Let's look at the list at least. Not everyone playing Raichu V. I guess you lose a lot of energy. It's hard to keep the energy, but I still think Raichu V is necessary for big knockouts in certain situations. Blood Moon is so solid just because you do run out of energy late game. So once again, you need something with. So yeah, one of the big problems with this deck is it runs out of energy, definitely. So having Raichu V is good, and then if you play Raichu V, you also play Blood Moon because once you discard the energy of Raichu V, you don't have much left, so then you use Blood Moon to swing in. So it's good to have both. Thorns, I would not cut. Just shutting down Rulebox abilities. That is your one way to beat Zard. Zard is a really bad matchup, but Thorns gives you a chance. Silene is... Silene's an interesting inclusion. I guess getting back Prime Catcher is pretty good. I don't hate Silene. Feature Booster Capsule. So I know the reason there is because hands can knock out a Pidgeot. And I always used to say I dislike that, but specifically in Miraidon, I think it's fine. To be able to play Future Boost Capsule, just play one of those to get a knockout on Pidgeot. Because of how important the Zard matchup is, and how bad it is for you. Also, other decks play Pidgeot too, so that's a bonus. So yeah, being able to kill Pidgeot with Future Boost Capsule is worth it, because definitely, that's one of the decks where you would want to tech for Zard, because it's a really bad matchup. Pidgeot Control. I don't know too much about this deck, however, looking at this... Oh, Charizard EX, seeing play again. I know for a little while, people were not playing Charizard EX in Control. They played it for a while, then people kind of dropped it, and now they're picking it back up. I do like Charizard EX in Control. It's just a really solid attacker, can do some big damage late game, and kind of kill threats that you are unable to deal with by removing resources. It definitely feels worth it to play Charizard EX. Don't play Cornerstone Mask in Control or Stall. Blocking abilities isn't that important. I mean, next set, it's better because Zard gets better, but even then, Zard has answers to Cornerstone Mask, which makes it kind of tough to use. Of course, Luxray V is solid. Yeah, the rest of this makes sense. Well, actually, I'm seeing the Radiant Charizard being 0.4. Cutting Radiant Charizard is scary. I definitely see if you have Charizard EX, you have reason to cut it. So it's probably fine to cut it, but it's definitely scary. I really like it. Also, Luxray. Luxray is solid. However, definitely Lugia is going down in popularity some, so I don't think it's as necessary, but it's definitely good to have Luxray just as an attacker against Lugia. So yeah. But I can't have any too strong opinions on Control, considering I don't play Control. But that's kind of what I'm thinking about it. European Lost Zone box is 4 of these. I don't think it's worth playing Iron Leaves right now. I mean, maybe it is. If you can fit it, it's worth it. But it's very hard to fit it. Because you also have to up your grass energy count if you want to play Iron Leaves, which is kind of sketchy. The problem is the person who's playing Iron Leaves, I think, cut Blood Moon Ursaluna for it, and Ursaluna is way better than Leaves. Now, once again, a lot of things are different next set. So next set, Zard is very good. Definitely gets better with the Dusknoir. And therefore, you probably have to add Leaves back, because Zard is going to be one of the most popular decks, whereas right now it's a little bit lower in popularity, even if it is popular. So I feel like you got to find a way to fit both Leaves and Ursaluna, which would probably mean cutting some Disruption. But that's the best we can do. Also, Prime Catcher versus Unfair Stamp. I actually do like Unfair Stamp and Tina. Most of the time, I like Prime Catcher and Lost Zone decks, but Unfair Stamp actually makes sense in Tina. So they're both good ace backs. I'm fine with either one. Most people got Prime Catcher, though. You don't play Razard Clever. Yeah, that's true. That makes sense, XR. That totally makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense in Control. I definitely see cutting Radzard for that. Also, if you have Charizard EX, that also can work similar to Radzard in a way. Because I saw a lot of people seem to be playing the Charizard EX at this point. So definitely, I could definitely see cutting Radzard. But yeah, Bear is better because you can has more HP and you can brace to it. Now, Radzard is better in something like Charizard, but the one prize factor of it doesn't matter as much in Control, so I guess it definitely makes sense to play Bear over it. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, next match is up. I'm fighting Gardy. Gardy seems like a sketchy matchup, just in general. We'll see if I can win this. Alrighty. Waiting for my opponent to check in to the game. He might not show up. Sometimes people lose 2 matches and they just stop showing up.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Doesn't show up, I just get a free win. Maybe my opponent won't show up, which does just give me a win if he doesn't show up, so we'll see. There's 3.5 minutes to see if he shows up. Free win will be interesting, and I'll play a match for fun if I get a free win. Just kind of play a random match. Definitely would be willing to do that if I get a free win. Oh, that Terra Dragon Ball is pretty cool. Is that the art that's on the card? I don't remember it looking that cool. Maybe that is the art that's on the card. Or I think that's the pack art, actually. Yeah, that's pretty cool art for Terra Dragon Ball. Makes Terra look cool. Makes the hat not... I mean, that hat still looks kind of silly, but not quite as silly. Definitely Terra hats are silly looking, though. Well, it looks like my opponent might not be showing up unless he shows up last minute, which could happen, but I doubt it. So we'll see. A few minutes left to see if he shows up. And if he doesn't, better for me. Free win, you know? Pretty nice. 2 minutes. Well, yeah. Guess we're probably just getting a match. Oh, they finally just put the announcement that round 4 is in pair. They announced it kind of late. Maybe if he sees the announcement, he joins. I'm not sure. What's annoying is if I want to make top cut, I have to win from now on out. Which is gonna be tough. If no opponent, I'll be down to game. That sounds great. So you'd be down to lose a game versus my deck. I didn't see you say lose. I thought you just said down to a game. That's kind of a funny way to say it. But yeah, I'd be willing to go against you, Cart, for sure. That'll be fun. Because it seems like my opponent will show up. I think I have befriended Cart. Let me check. I don't know, I think I do. If I don't have you friended, you can send your name in the Discord server, but I think I do. But it looks like you're just not online right now. So, yeah. But yeah, it looks like most likely I'm going to have no opponent, so. Let's go. Let me see, a Carp on there? I think I'm friends with Carp. Man, I got way too many friends. It's ridiculous. That's crazy. Oh, I'm gonna... Man, it takes forever to scroll. Okay, my opponent did not show up, so I got the win. Carp, if you could send me a challenge, that'd be great. I think I have, you added, but I might be wrong. If not, you can also send your username in on the Discord server. But join when you can, Carp. Pretty sure I'm OT versus you at this point. Oh, wow. Imagine keeping track of that. I might have accidentally removed you as a friend, because I have removed friends before because I got my friends list maxed out due to online tournaments. But yeah, join when you can. Is this you, my Magikarp? Is that you, Carp? This you? Or you can send me a challenge, I guess. Oh yeah, it is you. Cool. Great. Let's do this. Cool. Well, no, definitely likely I'm gonna brick here, so who knows, maybe you'll beat me this time, Cart. Alright, let's do this. Flipping a coin. Alright, let's do this. I'm going first. Okay. Let's hope I get a good setup. That would have been an interesting setup if it wasn't a mulligan. Jeez! That's not very good. That's not very good at all. Yikes! Oh, and he starts to slaughter me. Great. Oh, thank goodness. Poffin. Gible. Froakie. That's a lot better. I think I attach here. Oh. And turn. Okay, cool. That's sketchy, but it's looking alright now. I should be alright. I wonder what gear is gonna get me. Probably an Irida. Does he get the turn one attack? Probably not, but we'll see. Ooh. Yeah, bailed out. That's right, XR. I got pretty lucky there. Gear. For boss, that's not very useful. Gear. Bruh. I don't want to racer. I don't want to lose my hand, but I have to get an attack, so it's worth it. I just lose a bunch of crap, though. Like, really? Ugh. Okay, I get an attack. That's good. I'm good. I'm chilling. I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling. This is actually looking really nice. Poffin for Snorunt. And Froakie? I think I get Froakie, yeah. Attach. Retreat. I think I attach here. Because I'm going to be using that eventually. Shinobi Blade. Because I'm going to be retreating to Garchomp in theory next turn. How many fighting energy am I discard, actually? Not any. That's not ideal. Do I get a Vessel? What do I get? I think I get Research here to get a brand new hand. Just fill out my hand with a brand new one. I do lose an Irida if I do that. Ah, I have a Irida, so actually it might not be worth it. I think I get a Vessel. Yeah, there we go. Take a prize. Energy, please. No. Oh, it's a Vessel. That's good. This actually looking really nice. Oh, I guess I didn't need to get Vessel off of Greninja, technically. Dang, Rare Candy Greninja. Yeah, right? This is a pretty good setup. He needs another Pokemon. Ultra Ball, okay. Doesn't need the Pokemon. But yes, use Ultra Ball to do it, which is not ideal. Oh, and Froslass may seem useless in this matchup, but it actually pings both Flutter Mane and Radiant Greninja, which can matter. Because ping Radiant Greninja puts it in range of Mirage Barrage. Ping Flutter Mane could actually knock it out. Game. Dang. Rematch. Yeah, for sure, rematch. We have plenty of time. I have 20 minutes for the next match, so for sure, rematch. That's a challenge. Let's do this. That was kind of crazy. Wow. Hey, all 9 people watching. Nice. Tails. I'm not one of them. Duffy kicks. That's funny. I'll go second. Imagine. Only 7 now. Gotcha. That's okay. No worries. 7's still a pretty good number. Alright. Let's do this. I'm glad the deck popped off when a bunch of people were watching. Although I guess it did... Cart did brick, which definitely doesn't make it quite as fun to watch. But was still cool to see the full setup. I'm still not here. That's funny. I like that humor. Let's see. I think I start with Gible? Yeah, I start from Gible. Gibble. Gibble. Gibble some kibble. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. I'm just speaking nonsense. Nice ball. For a Greninja. Yeah, I definitely want to get a Froslass up and start pinging that guy. Concealed. Another moon, okay. Look at the moon. Okay. Ultra Ball. Definitely Ancient Booster Capsule is kind of scary here. Just increasing the HP could be sketchy. Another moon. Lots of moons. Okay. Looking pretty set up. Boom. Boom. Poffin. For Gible and Froakie. And that's my turn. I don't want to research because I want to guarantee the Rare Candy Garchomp next turn. So, definitely. Want to guarantee that. Therefore, I don't want to use research. It would have been nice to use research, but it's just not worth losing Rare Candy Garchomp in a hand. Guidance. Gotcha. Time to explore. Vessel. Losing Ancient Booster Capsules is sketchy, because Ancient Booster Capsules actually allow him to survive my attack. But without them, he can't. So it definitely feels scary to lose them. Attach, okay. No capsule, nice. That helps me for sure. This is definitely going to be closer than last one, I think. More candy. Garchomp. I don't like losing Greninja, but it's not a huge issue. Research. Oh, wow. Touch fighting. Ultra Ball away. Fighting. Boss? I think that's fine. Boss isn't necessary right now. Oh shoot, there's no Frogadier in deck. I thought there was a Frogadier in deck. Well, whatever, it's fine. I thought that would be a Frogadier in deck, honestly. It's okay. Hydrolander. Let's attach some energy. Cool. Frogadier, yes. Perfect. I could try to snipe Greninja off the bench with Garchomp. I don't think that's a terrible idea, honestly. Probably not worth it, though. We'll see. If he puts a capsule down, it is. Sada. Now we set up. Concealed. At some point, I'm going to try and Unfair Stamp at a moment that hurts him a lot. Hits me, okay. Sounds good. Freezing Shroud. Ping the Greninja again. Irida. That can give me an Unfair Stamp. I actually think it makes sense to get Unfair Stamp here. Yeah, that makes sense, because I can use it in a sec. And then I'll get a Froslass. I don't know. I don't have a Snorunt, but I might pull one off the prizes. Garchomp's not very useful right now, so I think that's correct to get. Evolve. Attach. Hydrolander for knockout. Now he's gonna knock me out, but that's okay. Unfair Stamp afterwards should be pretty powerful. Ping is Ninja again. Pretty good. Spada. Dang, that's pretty good setup. Pokestop. Okay, that's good that he lost some resources. Super odd, okay. Sound good. Vessel. He is very set up. Patches, okay. Nest ball. Jeez. Nest ball. This prize trade is starting to look kind of sketchy. I think I just let the Froslass knock out the Greninja and hope that saves my prize trade. I think the Froslass should knock out the Greninja in time. I was thinking of sniping Greninja, but I don't think it's really that worth it to do so. Could Rare Candy to the other one. I think I'd do that. Does require me to retreat, but that's fine. Attach. Unfair Stamp. Trade off the fighting. I could Pokestop, I don't think it's worth it though, I just attack. Or maybe I should have gotten Super Rod. It's okay. The Ninja, is it? Oh, there's no Ninja in there. I thought there would be a Ninja in there. Shoot. I gotta get an Ultra Ball, because then I can Super Rod and then Ultra Ball to search for what I want, because I want to get another Ninja. Yeah, I didn't realize quite what my prizes are, I guess. Yeah, I should have Super Rodded the Ninja back first. It's okay. Not a huge issue. Gabite, okay. So yeah, Super Rod back Ninja, then Ultra Ball for Ninja. That makes sense. Also, Unfair Stamp could totally lock him out of the game. And most likely won't, but it could. Pokestop. Okay, losing a Sada is tough there. But he found another Sada. Good. Although he has done a lot of energy. Definitely him not attaching many booster capsules is helping me. Alright, now I retreat to the other ninja. Super Rod in. Gible, Ninja, Garchomp, I guess, yeah. Ultra Ball Wag, Garchomp, and Fighting. For a Ninja. Catch. Retreat. And I will Shinobi Blade for knockout. Search my deck for something. What do I even get? I don't know what to get, honestly. I guess I can get a Gible. Maybe. No, I'll get a boss. I can try to boss the consistency engine. Doesn't really matter that much, I don't think. The only worry is he knocked me out this turn. If he doesn't knock me out this turn, I should win, but if he does, I probably lose. So we'll see. The boss is actually good because I can Gust with Radiant Greninja and try and stall it until Froslass knocks it out. Actually, but it would knock it out going out of my turn, so that wouldn't quite work either. Ooh! Discard double Flutter Mane. That actually helps him. Because it gets more Ancients into the discard. I don't know if he's getting enough Ancients into the discard, though. I don't think he's going to be able to. I know how many he has. I guess I'll see in a sec. I don't want to take the time to count, honestly. Come on, come on, come on! Concealed, okay. Sounds good. I don't think it's happening. Guidance? Okay, that could get it, actually. I don't know how many he has. I don't think he has. Oh, Vestal, that's another one. Probably another 2. Wow, that's a lot of ancient cards. Crazy how only has 1 card in deck. Cats. Oh, he survives an attack now. Dang. Guess I got a boss. If he knocks me out, he wins. He does exactly enough! No way! I think he just wins then. That's so close, bro. Wow. Such a close match. But I didn't quite get there. I don't think I have anything to really do. I can try to boss the Greninja, but I know he has an energy in hand. So he's definitely gonna survive. Wow. End turn. Yeah, I know he has an energy in hand, which means he just wins. That was so close. Wow. Penny, that works too. The double flutter discard is nice for him. Yeah, for sure. That was close. That was very close. Just barely had enough damage. Alright, there's about 4 minutes of the next match. I'll be right back. I'll probably be back around when the match starts. Wow. Alright, I'm back. Thank you for letting me win one. Gotcha. He might not have actually... He only got 2 off retrieval? Really? I didn't realize he only got 2 off retrieval. I guess I should have knocked out the... Clark, did you have a energy in hand? If you didn't have an energy in hand, I guess I should have technically just knocked out the moon. If you didn't have an energy in hand. But I just assumed you had an energy in hand. But yeah, I guess I didn't see how many got off retrieval, but I would expect you to get more, and if you get more off retrieval, then, you can just power up the Roaring Moon if I knock you out, so. But I guess it was always correct to knock out the active, just in case. But, yeah. I didn't realize he only got 2 off retrieval, so maybe I could have actually won that, but that's fine. It was a fun match anyway, we're not a tournament match. So, yeah. Kind of interesting. 1 minute till the next match. Gotta use 4 penny for style points. Oh, gotcha. Oh, you did get 3 for retrieval. Gotcha. So, yeah, that's what I thought. I thought you had the energy. Yeah. But, yeah, penny for style points for sure. Definitely... Penny is very stylistic. It's one of the best ways to concede. Just penny for concede. If you know you're losing no matter what. It's a really cool way to concede. There have been times where I've won Naturo for concede playing Zard, but then decided not to and ended up winning the game. Just because my opponent bricked too, instead of just me bricking. So. But every once in a while, you know for sure you lose the next turn and you just penny concede, and it's really cool. And the 4 penny is nice too. It's very pretty. Special illustration rare penny. Next match will start very soon. Let's hope they're not a judge call in the last match. Let's hope it has started up quickly. That'll be preferable. I should probably turn on the light. I have a light for streaming, and I forgot to turn it on. I mean, it doesn't change that much lighting. It's nice to have. There we go. You know, Spiritomb Scoop? What do you mean Spiritomb Scoop? Oh, right, fade out. Right. Yeah. That's a fun way to lose. That is definitely a fun way to lose. Bruh. Come on. This is one of my viewers. I know him in person. He's like, well, this is GG's for me. Oh my gosh. Come on. Why? I'm playing against someone I know. Bro. But what? He just... He's like, I actually have to go. Win out for me. He just gave me the win. What? Oh, who? Arctic. I'm not going to say his real name, but you know him. Iron Hand Weakness is funny. Yeah. Well, what's funny, he hits my Garchomp for weakness, but but then my Greninja hits his lightning types for weakness. But no, he literally just gave me the win because he had to leave. I'm facing... I mean, we could face Carp again, or I'll face a different viewer. Any other viewers other than Carp want to play against me? I mean, I just played against Carp. If no one wants to, of course I can play against Carp, but I definitely want to test against some stuff other than Ancient Box, for sure. No, you don't want to, XR? But how did I get another win given to me, bro? That's ridiculous. Arctic. Yeah, you know who Arctic is. I thought you knew who Arctic is. We fought each other in the finals of multiple online tournaments as well. There's a running joke amongst different viewer players. I gotta work. Sounds great. Looks like no viewers want to play against me, so I'll just go ahead and I'll play against someone random. Might as well. Sounds fine. No worries, guys. 3-2, not 3-3. 3-2. The loss that just happened was against Carp for fun. So, and that was the second out of yeah, 3-2. So, but I literally just got given the win by Arctic because he had to leave, which is crazy. And then I had another one because my opponent didn't show up. Literally 2 of my 3 wins are just given to me. I'm sure there's some quality players at Pokeball rank. Yeah, I'm sure there are. Totally. At least maybe I can get to Great Ball rank, but even Great Ball rank has bad players, so, like, you know. That's the problem with the rank ladder. Every season, I'm just fighting terrible players, and then I'm not incentivized to play on the ladder because I fight players that are totally less skilled than me, and it's not fair. So, let's see. It's probably going to be some random deck. Okay, it's Drago. That's not some random deck. That's actually somewhat solid deck. Actually, not somewhat solid. That's actually a solid deck. It's a meta deck. But I don't know if he's a good Drago player. I just know he's playing a meta deck. That's about the best I know. Lose a vessel on grass? That seems sketchy. TL dance. Dancy, 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 dancy. Alright. Guess I gotta research. Oh, Irida gives me a Poffin. I think I still research over Irida here. Oh my, what a deck to face. Oh, well, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Oh, this is a really good start. I think I get those 2, yeah. I think I just keep this in the active. Back to fighting the Garchomp. Then end turn. Maybe it would have been better to Rare Candy Greninja over Rare Candy Garchomp, I'm not sure, but I think it's better to attack with Garchomp over Greninja here. Let's see how set up he gets. He's looking very poorly set up right now, which is good. That's a Yex research. A lot of good turn. It's not a Yex research. It's just like supporters. Like, losing a few, it's just losing trainers. And I play like 4 copies, or not 4 copies, but I play high copies of most of the trainers I lost there. Oh, dang, Iono, that's tough. That's a tough Iono. Okay, I'm fine. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Never mind, I'm good. Let's see if he gets a Drago attack. Drago. Ooh, Legacy Star almost certainly guarantees an attack. Yeah, he gets an attack. Question is, what is he attacking with? Restart. Probably gonna V-Star here. And that will determine what he attacks with. Hopefully he doesn't V-Star into Goodra. Dang it! He got the Goodra in the discard. Ah. Darn. Not ideal. It's okay, though. It's manageable. Hey, Big Dragon, what attack are you using, buddy? Probably Goodra, right? Yeah, that's what I... Or is that Goodra? Yeah, that's Goodra. I wasn't sure if it's Goodra or Dragon Ball. They both do 200 damage. But I was assuming he'd attack with Goodra. Poffin. Snorunt. Gible. Poffin. Froakie. Irida. For a Chomp. Do I get a candy or a vessel, or what do I get? The thing is, vessel, I don't get any energy than discard, so... I think I get candy? Because then I could Rare Candy and Zard next turn. Yeah, I think I get a candy. Or not Rare Candy and Zard, Rare Candy into, Greninja. I'm so used to playing Zard. Catch, and then I'll just Hydro Lander for 80. Not much damage, but that's okay. See what he attacks with. Just a little bit sketchy. Oh no, oh, what a start for Drago. Yeah, he's very set up for sure. Very, very set up. Thankfully, I already won the tournament match, and this is not a tournament match, so it doesn't matter as much. But this is probably okay. I can still win this for sure. Just gotta get more set up. Time to see what he attacks with as well. Vessel, wow. Lots of grass energy. It's pretty common for Drago. Probably like 60% of the time that makes him. Yeah. Drago does get set up a lot of the time, but so it's not uncommon necessarily for me to set up. He's gonna attack with Goodra again. He's gonna knock me out? Okay. Interesting. Wait, can't I just knock out his Drago now? Or I can't. No, I don't quite knock out his Drago, but I can get closer. I can. If I find an Irida here, I can get really close to knocking out his Drago. Because Froslass will knock it out soon after. I need an Irida though. Here. Yes! Yes, sir! Irida for Froslass and Ultra Ball. I do have to lose a Frogadier, which is not ideal, but it's fine. Ultra Ball away, Boss and Frogadier. For Greninja EX. Oh, there's only one Greninja EX in deck. That's sketchy. Rare Candy and Greninja EX. Evolved Froslass. Yeah, my other Greninja. No, it's not in the discard. Okay. Shinobi Blade. Okay, this is looking okay. What do I search for? I think I searched for Boss. Maybe. No. I have to get set up. I searched for Research, I think. But the thing is, I really want to Gust him next turn. I really want to Gust. Because Froslass is going to knock him out, normally, going out of my turn. Therefore, attacking isn't that useful. So I really want to Gust. So maybe I get Boss, but that doesn't seem worth. I think I get Research and hope I draw into Counter Catcher. If I don't draw any Counter Catcher, it's not ideal, but it's manageable. It's just, I really need a new hand, so Research I think is correct. That was a lot of grass discarded. It was a lot of grass discarded. He got 6 in the discard. I'm really hoping Research draws me into Counter Catcher. That'll be pretty important. If it doesn't, it's not ideal, but it's fine. I do definitely need to get research though, because otherwise I just have no setup whatsoever. Ultra Ball. Now, he could technically try and knock me out by getting rid of all his resources, but that seems like a mistake. He's probably out of grass. Most play 8, yeah. So he's probably out of grass then, yeah. That's sketchy, considering his attack costs 2 grass. He might be in trouble. I think he overextended a little bit. Just kind of used up all his resources. If research find me counter catcher, that'll be pretty good. You could also find me Unfair Stamp. Or both. Both would be kind of insane. Well, I guess Unfair Stamp only works if he knocks me out, which he might not. He probably won't knock me out, to be honest. What's he copying? Probably Dragapult, I'd assume? Because Gujo's not very useful for him. What's he attacking with? I just immediately assume it's Dragapult. Yeah, it's Dragapult. That makes sense. Now, the problem is he could try to knock out both my Greninja and Froslass at the same time if he gets powered up, and that could be really scary. Do I attach the active? No, I don't. I attach the Froakie. Research. Counter, yes! I found the counter catcher, yes! So I can counter catcher his Mew EX. And then I'm going to be able to search for a boss, and the boss will win me the game. Essentially, he has 1 turn to get fully powered up, and if he doesn't get fully powered up, he just loses. I think I just attack here. Oh, it doesn't knock him out. Shoot, that's not ideal. I didn't even think about the fact that he's resistant. That's fine, though. Is that fine? I probably shouldn't have gone after Mew EX, because I forgot he's resistant. I should have gone after Ogerpon, because it's harder for him to get the Ogerpon out of the active. But it's fine, it's fine. It's not an issue. Not an issue. It's still very unlikely he gets powered up. If he does, he wins, though, so let's hope he doesn't. If I brought up Ogerpon, it would have been a little bit better here. Yeah, it's probably fine, but yeah, they do play Rotter Energy Retrieval. They probably play Superior Energy Retrieval. But they're down 3 Energy Switch, so it's, like, really tough. They have to find an Energy Switch. Ooh, that could find it. Okay. That's scary. I should have brought up the Ogerpon, although actually it probably wouldn't matter that much, because it could just retreat it pretty easily, considering he has enough energy to do that. So, gotta hope he can't find Energy Switch. That's what I have to hope. If he finds the Energy Switch, he just wins. But if he doesn't find Energy Switch, I just win. Come on! Come on! Please! No! So close! Oh my gosh. So close. Oh, and Penny? Wow. That was very close. Whew. Yeah, if he checks the Drago, he wins no matter what. Yep. Wow, that was a very close game. He barely got there. Well then. GG. Whew. That was a very close game. Ooh. It's alright. Alright, at least that's not a tournament match. Considering my opponent just kind of gave me the win for my tournament match. Let's open these. And then after I open these, I'm gonna... I'll be right back after this, but let's open this Lost Vacuum. I mean, those are cool golds, I guess. Floette, Monferno, Brigarath, Illumise, Pinsir. That's a cool Pinsir. Walking away. I look at Pinsir art. That's kind of cool. I don't know. It's not the best illustration rare, but it's cool. I will be right back. I'll be back before this, of course, but there's about 15 minutes till the next match. I'm back, nerds. I almost clicked the stop streaming button instead of resuming it, like an idiot. Thankfully, I didn't, but I almost clicked the stop streaming button instead of the fade button to fade back in. But I'm back. Cool. 9 minutes till the next round. Alrighty. I haven't looked at most of the metagame. There's a few things I haven't looked at. Last I looked at Gear Lost Box. Let's look at Lost Box Charizard. I'll go down for a few of these, but eventually I'll just stop looking at the same decks because some of these decks are very unpopular. Okay. Well, I don't think Blood Moon is very good in Lost Box Charizard and Sable Zard. So definitely, I'd cut the Blood Moon, whoever's playing Blood Moon. Tetsugary's fine, but personally I'm not a huge fan of it. It's not bad, though. It's not bad. That seems like something I would do. Yeah. To stop streaming. Yeah. But Tetsugary's not terrible. I think it might actually warn me if I try to stop streaming. I'm not sure. Tetsugary's fine, not a huge fan. But definitely not a fan of Blood Moon Ursaluna because you almost always prefer to attack a Radiant Charizard because the one prizer. Sure, Blood Moon Ursaluna has more HP, but for 2 hitting Ursaluna for 2 prizes, it's the same as 1 hitting Charizard for 1 prize. And often they can't one-hit Charizard. Like, for instance, the Lost Box Mirror, they have trouble one-hitting a Radiant Charizard without using a 2 prize of themselves, which is kind of good for you. Radiant Charizard, people worry that you're not going to be able to loop it in a row, but it's actually surprisingly easy to loop it multiple turns in a row. So, you don't have to worry about that. Crisis Punch, of course, a good thing to have. Sinnoh, I personally do not feel necessary. You just kind of expect to lose the Lugia, and Sinnoh doesn't help that much anyway. Magma Basin I actually really do like. I didn't play it when I played this deck to a tournament, but I actually kind of missed Magma Basin. I thought Magma Basin would be nice because you put 2 damage counters on and then you monkey them, and then you save a lot and you can knock out a 70 HP, 2 70 HP things because the 2 damage counters from Magma Basin, allowing 12. So you would need 14 counters to knock out 2 70 HP things, and then Monkey Dory putting 2 that came from Basin allows you to do that. It's actually really nice to have Basin. Plus, Basin allows you to attack a Radiant Charizard a turn earlier. Hassle, I do love double Hassle. Hassle is just so consistent in the deck. It's great. Prime Catcher, of course, best A-Spec. 0.75 Pokégear. That's fine. I definitely think you need at least 1 Pokégear. Pokégear is just very good in the deck. I don't know why I'm talking so fast, but I kind of am. Anyway. Jet Energy, 0.75. That's fine. I personally wouldn't play Jet Energy. I think it's just better to play another Pokégear over Jet Energy, or another Hassle, or like another consistency card other than Jet Energy, because Jet Energy is not as consistent as some other consistency cards. True Rescue Board is fine, although I only think 1 is necessary. I think instead of a second Rescue Board, I'd always play another gear. Just because you only really need 1 per game. The only reason to play second is if you're going to lose in 1, and even then, it's just helpful to have a Rescue Board. It's never necessary, so... Also, 3.5 Mirage Gate, you only need 3 Mirage Gate. 4 is helpful, and you could add 4 and that'll be fine, but you only really need 3. You don't need more than that. Iono, definitely not a fan of Iono. I think you always play Roxanne over Iono. And even if you want to play an Iono, you would always play a second Roxanne over that. Just because Roxanne disrupts... Roxanne gives you a bigger hand. The problem is if you give yourself a small hand with Iono, it's very hard to do combos, but Roxanne, you can combo off of it by getting a 6-card hand from it, which is much more powerful. Plus, you only need the disruption late game anyway, therefore Iono being early game doesn't really matter that much, because early game you're always using Chorus. So really the only aspect that's useful off of Iono or Roxanne is the fact that you can disrupt. Because you'd always, if it didn't disrupt, you'd always rather use Hassle. Even early game, you'd rather use Hassle after an early knockout over Iono. So early game Iono isn't as useful, and therefore Roxanne's better. Anyway. What else? I think the rest is pretty straightforward. Yeah, I do like Artisan here. Definitely like 1 or 2 Artisan. It's just useful to have a vacuum target. How many vacuums does it play? 2 vacuum, that makes sense. Yeah, the rest don't make sense. You're definitely talking fast and slurring some words. Sorry. Yeah, I guess I just know a good bit about Sable Zard because I've played it a lot, so I'm talking kind of fast. Sorry. Yeah. Hopefully it was understandable what I was saying. Alright. Snorlax Stall. Maybe I'll talk slower on this one since I don't know quite as much about this deck. I'm still not a fan of Cornerstone Mask in any deck. Now, next set, I'm more of a fan just simply based on the fact that Zard gets better. But at the same time, they can still knock it out. Like, they Dusknoir, then attack with Charmander, then attack with Charmander, and then they knock out Cornerstone. And since you're not taking prizes, it ends up meaning that it doesn't matter how long they take to knock out your Cornerstone as long as they knock it out. And therefore, it's kind of sketchy. You could try to Gust while they do that, which can slow them down. But Cornerstone doesn't feel great just because Dusknoir can knock it out. And right now, it beats Zard. Unless they play Max Belt, in which case, it's kind of a similar thing to Dusknoir. They attack with Charmander with Max Belt, then attack with Charmander, then attack with Charmander, or attack with Pidgey. And they also have Kieran to boost damage and stuff, so they can kind of set up damage in 3-hit in a similar way, except it's a little bit harder for them to 3-hit since they don't have Dusknoir as one of the hits. They have to attack 3 different times, but it probably beats Zard right now, but Zard is not popular enough that I think that's worth including Cornerstone Mask, because your matchup against Zard is already pretty good with Snorlax Stall. So yeah, I feel like... I mean, I feel like next set is better, but it's still tough. The only way Cornerstone really works perfectly is if you have 2 of them. If you have 1 of them, Zard can normally get around it. Now, right now, a lot of Zards are cutting Max Belt, which does mean this does beat Zard more easily. So that is good. But if they play Max Belt, you just don't beat Zard with it. Sandrew, and you already beat Zard anyway because you're lax. They don't play that many switching options, even if they have Kieran. Sandshrew, this is also a Zard tech because they can't Pal Pad back their Turo and Kieran. So, I mean, just play Sandshrew over the Cornerstone. It's already a Zard tech because it blocks their Pal Pad, and then you just win. So, yeah, that works. Also, Chi-Yu, I guess 0.75 is fine. You don't have to play Chi-Yu. I like Chi-Yu, but it's not as necessary in Snorlax Stall as it is in Control. 1.5 Mimikyu, I do like to Mimikyu a lot. Having multiple Mimikyu just feels really good. 1.5 Rotom, 1 is probably fine. You already play Heavy Ball generally, which makes me think that you don't need a second Rotom. Because you're never putting 2 down in a game. If 1 gets knocked out, you're not putting another down generally. Unless you're like in a dire situation, which you normally aren't. So. Because then it's just an easy Gust target if you ever do put it down. And so you don't want to put it down. The trainer line, I don't have too much going on. I guess Defiance Vessel, only have them playing that is surprising. Because attaching that to Mimikyu is so good against Zard. Because their Charmeleon has trouble knocking out. They have to vacuum off your Defiance Vest. And if they don't vacuum off your Defiance Vest, they're not most likely not knocking out your Mimikyu, and that's a problem for them. So, definitely feel like Defiance Vest needs to be in the deck. And the rest is fine. Nothing crazy. Oh, wait. I just noticed 3.5 Temple of Sinnoh? I mean, yeah, I guess Mist Energy. No, Mist Energy blocks tax. I guess it blocks Jet Energy and Lugia. Oh, it blocked Jet Energy and Lugia. Lugia has lowered their stadium count, so I guess blocking Jet enough times with that many Sinnoh is helpful. So, because Lugia is popular, I could see playing Sinnoh. It's also useful against Dragapult to block Neo Upper. So yeah, that's fine. Alright. Thorns! 2 of these, but let's look at them anyway. Quad Thorns. I don't have too much to say about this. I'm surprised that only one of them has a Turbo Energized TM. It feels like it's so good to just get this early and get some energy in play, because you take a little while to get powered up in this deck. Of course, Giovanni's Charisma also powers you up faster, but Turbo Energized just going second feels really good sometimes. I mean, the disruption is pretty standard across the board. I don't think there's anything really hugely surprising. You know, you got the Ionos, the Judges, the Hammers, Capsules, to increase damage. I mean, this is very straightforward. The problem with Thorns is, definitely that matchups that don't have any abilities. Like, for instance, it just loses Dragapult, because Dragapult doesn't rely on abilities that much. Sure, they play Pidgeot, but they don't rely on abilities enough. On Roblox abilities. And also, Future Box it loses to, or, sorry, like, Future Hands, because they can still use their abilities, because doesn't block future abilities. Anyway, the next match is up. And I am against Gardy. Guardy seems to be a really sketchy matchup for me. So we'll see how this goes. Imagine my opponent doesn't show up again. That would be crazy. Alright. I sent a request. He does play only one monkey, which definitely means that if I can get multiple Froslass in play, it's more useful. Bro, he's not showing up yet. If he doesn't show up, that'd be crazy. Having another player not show up would be kind of insane. But it's possible I have another player not show up. I doubt it, though. Who knows? I guess I'll wait for him to show up. I'm going to talk a little more about at least one more deck. All the rest of the decks are like one player playing them, but... could definitely mention Toadscroll, since there's two players playing Toadscroll. Very interesting. If you... I don't even know if y'all know what it does. For all effects of attacks done to your Pokemon with energy attached, and then for 2 grass 80 plus 40 more for each or bench Pokemon with grass energy attached. So you can do up to 280 if you fill your bench with grass energy Pokemon, and Geomask Ogre Pawn does that, which is kind of cool. Anyway, it looks like my opponent has showed up. So, he just needs to accept my request. We'll see how this match goes. It's definitely a tough one. But it should be winnable. Just not easy. Alrighty. Has he accepted? He has not accepted. Okay, great. Alrighty. See, has he accepted yet? Bro, he's not accepting. I told him there was a quest, he said okay. But he hasn't accepted my friend request yet. Alrighty. You there, buddy? Is he going to accept my request or not? Bro. He needs to accept my friend request. I'm just gonna keep restarting until he accepts a request, and then I can get into the match, but... We're already friends, there we go. I sent a challenge. Good luck. Let's hope he accepts my challenge. What's he doing? Is he there? Does he see my challenge? Did he send one himself? He did not. Let's another one. He seems like he's not paying much attention right now. There we go. Good enough. Tails. Who won first or second? I'm assuming second. Yep, second. Let's see if I can get an early attack. That's not a good start if I want an early attack. Unless I top deck a Poffin. You need to get a mulligan. That could help me find a Poffin. Or an Ultra Ball. Let's hope it does. Not a Poffin or an Ultra Ball. Please top deck, I beg. Okay, that's a little bit better. I think I attached the active. Yeah, I think I do. And turn. Let's see how this goes. I need a water energy. The problem is I can't get both Vessel and Candy very easily. Let's hope he doesn't have Urban. I mean, he would have probably gotten rid of Greninja. Monkey, okay. Patch is gonna Iono? No, he just has Technical Machine Evo. Wow. He just barely has everything in hand. No supporters, but has a little bit of everything. Interesting. He just plays out his hand. Kind of a weird start. Look like he's checking what's prized. Okay. This is a little bit scary. Okay, I mean, that's not correct energy to attack Greninja is the problem. Gear. Or Irida. I mean, Irida gets me into Ninja, but I can't actually attack with it, and I think that's fine. Getting Froslass and a Candy, I think, is enough to be set up for a good bit. And I think it's worth just Rare Candy Ninja. Evolving Froslass, and I think I retreat to Ninja here. I think I do. Yeah, that's probably right. Attach. Pal Pad. No, I just end my turn. I don't get an attack, but that's okay. She's like, what? She's expecting me to attack, but I can't. So. Yeah. Iono. No! What? You top deck Iono? That's so lucky. That's so lucky. Come on. You're not supposed to get that lucky. Oh my goodness. Dang. That's too bad. Wait, if he gets a Garda EX, it can knock me out with Drifloon here. That's actually a problem. He can knock me out with Drifloon here because I'm weak to Psychic. Should I not have brought Greninja into the active? Maybe I shouldn't have brought Greninja into the active. I don't know. This is problematic though, because he got so lucky to find an Iono off his top deck, bro. Oh my goodness. He's a game 2 for prizes, most likely. Yeah, maybe you're right. It was very unlikely that he got that set up, but he just happened to draw the Iono. What? Why wouldn't he knock me out with Drifloon? What? I'm so confused. Okay. Well, that's pretty great, I guess. What? I'm so confused. I think I get a Garchomp and a Poffin. Yeah. Because I can Rare Candy Garchomp next turn. Poffin. Gible. Do I get another Gible or do I get a Snorunt? I think I get a Snorunt. I want Froslass to be set up. What is he doing? He can knock out. Yeah, he can knock me out with Guardian or Drifloon, but he didn't. I don't understand. That was crazy. Well, now I get Unfair Stamp to lower his hand size after he knocks me out, and get myself a new hand, and I get Garchomp up, and like this is looking really good for me now. I don't know what he was doing. That was really weird. I don't think he realizes I'm weak to Psychic. I think that's what happened. I don't think he realizes I'm weak to Psychic. That was crazy. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. That was very unexpected. I could definitely win this now. Of course, he's gonna start healing with He's gonna start healing with Monkey, but that's fine. This is crazy. Also, bringing up Drifloon seems weird because he doesn't want me. Wait, he puts Bravery Charm on Manaphy? What? Oh, Unfair Stamp's bad. Unfair Stamp's bad. Oh, that's not great, actually. Yeah, that's a little bit problematic. Unfair Stamp is a problem. What am I even supposed to do now that he's Unfair Stamped me, honestly? I don't know what to do. Because that's sketchy. I think I'll bring up Snorunt and then pray. Him Unfair Stamping me is a problem. I could try to get another Froslass up. Hope I get lucky. I just need to find a research or something. Gible. I think I Ultra Ball for Froslass, to be honest. Just because I need to get damage on the field and start taking prizes in order to find pieces. Now he's just going to knock out my Froslass. So maybe I should run out Gible, but I think dropping up Froslass is still correct. Not ideal. But at least he gets pinged some. Hopefully that can help. This is a problem. Oh, man. I'm just bricking real bad right now. Dread a brain, yep. Is he gonna gust? If he gusts, that could also be a problem. I had such a good hand until he Unfair Stamped me. Turo, no! He gonna reuse Monkey? Wow. Well, that's a problem. I'm gonna have to, like, top deck a research and get, like, super lucky. I guess top decking Irida also. No, Irida I don't have an energy to attack, so that wouldn't work. I do gotta bring up Froslass because I gotta save the possible attacker. I gotta top deck research, I guess. Ultra Ball. Dang. Irida. Garchomp Candy. I can't attack. I gotta get Unfair Stamp, actually. And hope that new hand helps. Stamp. Nothing. Put counter catcher the Manaphy and hope he can't get out of the active. Put down Gible. Poffin. Oh, Poffin fails. Oh, dang. I guess I should check to see what was in my deck. Catcher Manaphy. Do I bite? I think I do bite. Probably not worth biting, actually. It probably wasn't worth biting, because I could save the energy if I want to evolve the Garchomp if I top deck an Irida. So it probably wasn't worth biting, because it's just more useful if I top deck an Irida to do other stuff. He's probably just going to find an energy here, but we'll see. I'm hoping he misses the energy. But yeah, I shouldn't have attached to be able to use bite. Not really worth it. Please miss the energy. Arvin, no! That gets a vessel for the energy. This is terrible. Jeez. He got really lucky to top deck that Iono on his second turn. That just won him the game. Could have got him set up immediately, or otherwise he most likely would not have been set up. It's kind of crazy. Jeez. Now Irida doesn't even win me the game because I attached an energy like an idiot. And even then Irida probably won't win, but research, okay. Probably should have attached the rescue board first, but it has free retreat anyway. Ultra Ball. Alright, boss. And I guess water energy. For Garchomp. Or Candy Garchomp. Patch. Hydrolander. Yeah, that's the only issue I found. Hand Disruption really hurts this deck. Yeah, Hand Disruption definitely hurts this deck. That Unfair Stamp killed me, bro. Arzon, okay. He's gonna attack me with Guardian EX and 2-hit me for game. Nothing I can really do about it. I could try and boss it. How many Psychic Energy did he play? He plays 7 Psychics, so he's got 1 left. How many rods have he played? He plays 2 rods. He hasn't used them. I think my best bet is to like boss with Manaphy and just sit there until I can get another Garchomp up that I can hit him with. Like once I get another attacker up, I can do stuff. But for now, I just boss with Manaphy. And hope it sticks. It's not going to stick forever, but maybe it sticks for a little while. Wow. Miracle Force. 250. Poffin. Oh yeah, there's no Pokemon in there, I forgot. Hope I just boss Manaphy anyway. Not in my turn. Ridiculous. Game. Oh, he has 1 energy left. He plays 7 energy. He's got 6 in the discard. But he also has his rods left, so at some point he's going to get energy. I was just literally giving myself time to get more Pokemon in play, but it wouldn't have helped anyway. Alright. I think I'm going to drop. 3-3 is not terrible. Alright. I'll see y'all. That was fun. I'm gonna leave about 30 seconds on the end of the stream so it doesn't cut off my voice like it likes to do when I'm in the stream abruptly.